From the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK 4 News at 6.
The director of the FBI stopping in the natural state today talking about ISIS, homegrown terrorism, and a major Arkansas drug bust, which led to 70 arrests and 40 separate indictments. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock, everyone. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Ashley Katz. FBI Director James Comey made his second visit to the Little Rock Division since taking over in 2013.
KARK 4's David Cotton was there for us this afternoon, has more on what the FBI director was talking about. David, what do you have to say?
Well, Bob, the bust in Mississippi County was top of that list today. Mr. Comey spoke highly of local law enforcement leaders in working with the FBI on that case and with others nationally. He tells us the FBI is consumed with fighting homegrown extremism and ISIS recruitment. Although he declined to comment on any specific investigation, Mr. Comey confirmed that they are actively looking into cases involving Arkansans. Another topic, the growing problem with heroin use in America, a drug that most feel had its heyday in the 1970s and 80s, is making a swift return. He says look no further than the Mexican-American border for the reason why this hard drug seems to be making a comeback.
Their transportation lines are much shorter. They're able to produce it closer to the consumer. And what they're doing is to try and gain market share. They're pushing very pure, cheap heroin into the United States. And so,
according to the FBI, more than $1.25 billion in assets and drugs were seized in 2012, with similar numbers in the years following. That year, the FBI says their work resulted in the conviction of more than 15,000 people. Up next, the director will continue his tour of all 56 field offices in the U.S. He hopes to be back in Little Rock next year, if not sooner. Back to you.
David, thanks very much. State police are investigating after a 5-year-old is found dead in a home. It happened in McGee, and McGee police and state police actually responded what started as a welfare check call in their city. They discovered the child inside the home. Catherine Warren, the child's mother, was arrested on first-degree murder charges. Warren is now being held on a $500,000 bond. Formal charges are expected to be filed soon.
Little Rock neighborhood is on edge this evening. That after a rash of home burglaries. KARK 4's Hillary Hunt spoke with one couple who says that they were glad no one was home when the intruder came in. Hillary?
That's right, Bob. The couple I spoke with describes their street as quiet and family friendly. But after walking into a crime scene, they're double checking their security measures.
The carport door was open, wide open, so I kind of had an inkling maybe something was wrong.
Missing electronics.
Found the TVs were missing, a bunch of electronics, our computer.
And a kicked-in back door is what Kat and Carl Hills walked into Wednesday afternoon.
They really didn't rifle through a lot of stuff. I feel like they had to be in and out very quickly.
If you take a walk downstairs at the Hills home on Waverly Place, you can see empty wall mounts where their flat screens would sit and damage caused by the intruders.
Nobody saw anything, so it was a lot of shock, I think.
Kat says they're going on 3 years living in their home near Kamak Village, and they've never had to deal with crime, which is why they're alarmed by the neighborhood buzz.
I know that several houses in this neighborhood have been hit this week.
Little Rock police confirmed 2 other homes were burglarized in the area just this week. Now the parents of 2 are locking their doors extra tight, thankful they still have each other.
Yeah, we're missing a PlayStation and some electronics, but we're all fine. So we feel happy about that.
Luckily, no one was hurt, but so far police have not made an arrest. But one victim did note a blue BMW X3. They believe they saw the suspects drive off, and so something will continue to follow. Back to you guys.
All right, Hillary, thanks very much. Now to a KARK 4 News update. North Little Rock police say a man is still recovering after getting an electric shock on the job site. It happened at Willow Beach Road in North Little Rock. The man was airlifted to a local hospital where he was treated for burns because of the shock.
We are your local election headquarters. The GOP candidate coming in at second in recent polls makes a stop in Arkansas today. Retired neurosurgeon Dr. Ben Carson spoke to a crowd on the steps of the state capitol this afternoon. KARK's Josh Berry was there. He joins us now live from the Capitol. Josh.
Yeah, Ashley, Dr. Carson does still have quite a bit of ground to make up to catch Donald Trump, who has 16% more support from registered Republican voters. That's according to a Quinnipiac poll released today. Now, Carson did touch on a variety of topics, from cutting back government regulations and spending to building our military, saying, quote, "We will have the most powerful military anyone can imagine." Of course, he did get a lot of cheers for that statement. Now, he suggested eliminating active global terrorist groups, and while he had cheers for some of his statements, he acknowledged that you may not agree with everything from any of the candidates for president.
You know, the key is not to agree on everything, because we don't all agree. If you want to see somebody, if you want a candidate who agrees with you on everything, go look in the mirror.
Now, it's been said that his presence here is indicative of Arkansas's growing political cloud, and today Carson said he will probably come back. Now, he says that Arkansas has a lot of people who are very tuned in to the political process, and he says more so than many other states, and that makes it a very important place. We are live at the state capitol. Josh Berry, KARK 4 News.
And the retired surgeon's visit is bringing out a medley of reactions across Arkansas. Here are just a few. Todd says not interested in Ben as a presidential candidate. He would be a well-qualified medical advisor. John writes, talk about a fresh voice from an honest, sensible candidate. Carol posts, I like him, and I think he is probably a good person, but please keep in mind that I'm not a liberal. He is too right-wing for me. I agree with some of what he says, but I disagree with most of it. You can join in on the conversation, too, by visiting the KARK 4 News Facebook page.
And another Republican presidential candidate, Carly Fiorina, is scheduled to visit Arkansas in the autumn. She will speak at the Lincoln Day Dinner in Springdale. That is scheduled for October 22nd. It's put together by the Washington County Republican Women's Party, or Women's Club, rather. That dinner will take place at the Springdale High School Performing Arts Center. We'll keep you up to date on that.
And some new signs at a railroad road crossing have the Oak Hill Fire Department hoping drivers will heed their warning. This comes after numerous accidents at these tracks off MacArthur near Crystal Hill. The signs have been placed now on both sides. Maumelle Justice of the Peace Paul Elliott says it has been a concern for years.
They don't want to get a call out here to a bad train wreck or any kind of accident, anything like that. That's why I said I'm doing this and for everybody for safety reasons.
Back in February, an 18-wheeler was trapped on the tracks, prompting Elliott to take action.
8 more stores on the list for the outlets of Little Rock. Brooks Brothers Factory Store will be coming, and Route 21, A6, GH Bassett Company, Maurice's, Levi Outlet as well, and finally Lids and Dress Barn. To see the rest of the stores that have been revealed officially, go to our website, arkansasmatters.com. We'll have more, I guess, perhaps tomorrow and leading up to the opening, which is middle October.
Back to school is typically an exciting time for kids, but for one Central Arkansas girl, it was a bit embarrassing.
She was in trouble. She thought only bad kids get kicked out of school.
Why this 5-year-old's family is furious with the school district next.
And although we saw some filtered sunshine at times today, still wasn't a bad late August day across the state. Here in Little Rock, we started at 63 up to 88 this afternoon. Both of those below average for this time of year. We're going to get those closer to average over the weekend and also bring in some rain chances. Your forecast is straight ahead.
Now from the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition with Bob Clausen, Ashley Katz, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Aaron Peters with the Razorback Nation Report.